Hello world, it's Curtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Yes, this is Raccoon Lake. I've spent a lot of time out here. You all saw that I've made a lot of videos out here. And a couple of my buddies have boats out here. So I spent a lot of time on this lake. And see, they drain it every winter. I think it's ridiculous. I really don't understand it, why they do it, to be honest. Because there's so many people who could really utilize and appreciate this lake if they didn't drain it. But as I was out here, I'm on my way to watch the kiddos. They have some after school activities they're doing. I'm heading out and I'm early and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna stop at the lake. And then I thought about it. I'm like, man, I forgot they drained the lake. And there's been multiple times where I've just drove right over because it's like, why am I gonna stop and look at these puddles, right? And I'm just like, on the way out here, I'm having these negative thoughts and I'm like, man, it's ridiculous, it's stupid, it's frustrating. But then I shifted and I was like, you know what, how can I make this situation neutral and then turn it into a positive? It's something I learned from a great mentor of mine. And I thought about it. Now, one of my best friends comes out every year when they drain the lake. Him and his dad, they put on mud boots and I almost said Ugg boots. I'm sure he'd rock those too. But they put on these boots, really tall, muddy boots where they can just walk through the water and they sink a lot, and they bring out metal detectors. And they have found tons of jewelry, like Oakley sunglasses, watches, necklaces, hats, expensive fishing lures, Who knows what else they found out here? But they found the treasures in the winter of the season where they're drained, right? Where they drain the lake. And I thought about that because winters, I realized that I have that, I get some of that seasonal allergy depression, or not seasonal, whatever, sad, not allergy, but it's from the lack of sun, the lack of vitamin D, the lack of nutrients that I'm getting right here. And there's times where, like, even this winter, I was fighting it. I was fighting to not get down. I felt drained. I'm in the house more. I'm staying inside. I'm not going outside. And I gotta admit, I was drained. And I've had buddies say, Curtis, you're not a robot, man. Like, you just go hard all the time. And you know what? You'll get through this, this, not depression. I wasn't depressed. I was just, my energy levels were low. And I learned from Rob Dyrdek that he has a list of how he rates himself on the daily, right? So he has the days where he eats right. He wakes up and he doesn't look at his phone. He exercises. He meditates. He reads. If he's looking at his goal card, if he's putting in that daily regimen, and the results from it. And that's one thing that shifted my winter was I was like, all right, Curtis, you've got to look at everything that's winning for you. How is this affecting you? What's draining you and what's filling your cup? And I've shifted a lot with my construction business at the end of this year. And I'm going towards the things that drive me and inspire me and fill my cup. And that's one of the things that shifted this drainage season for myself in the winter. So I just invite you, if you're going through a season where you just feel drained, you feel down, discouraged, yes, look in the mirror and say, what am I doing that's causing this? But also don't focus on those negative things for any longer than a couple minutes. Utilize them to push you and say, you know what, this year, 2023, I'm going to do a little bit less of the things that drain me. I'm going to be more aware of what drains me. And then I'm going to do a little bit more of the things that fulfill me, that add value and joy and happiness to my life and in my relationships, in my job, my career, my calling, my purpose, what it is I love to do. Sometimes you have to do the things that you don't want to do. Like for me, you know, the exercising, you know, there's a lot of times where I love it, but then there's times where I don't. And it's those times where you push through those times where it's not exactly enjoyable, but you know where it's taking you. I know that the more that I exercise, the more energy it's going to give me. So you do it, and you know, you have these thoughts where like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's not important. You know what? But then when you tell your brain, oh, this is what we're doing because I know the rewards I'm going to get and the joy I'm going to get and the fulfillment I'm going to get in my life, because you are a master of your brain. Those thoughts that come in your head, you know that you have random thoughts that come in your head. They're not your thoughts. They are not you. They're just a law of average trying to pull you back and hold you back. And you push through them and say, you know what? I'm better than this. I'm stronger than this. I have more to give to this. I can do more. And this is just a season. Like, I really hope spring is here. It's February, so I'm sure we're going to get some more cold. But it's supposed to be like 60-something degrees on Wednesday here in Indiana. So I'm like, spring, come on. And realize that winter always comes. But so does spring, summer, and fall. And that's when you just, it's not even the same. So if you're in this season where you're drained, keep your chin up. Put yourself around people that inspire you and push you to do more. People that you can call even when you're drained and be like, man, I don't know what it is. I'm drained. Like I was talking to my buddy and he's like, Curtis, dude, you already know, man. I've watched you. I was like, I know, man. I'm just coming over to chat with you because I know what you're going to say to me. I know that you're going to inspire me. I know that you're going to remind me of who I am. Bam, right back on track. Give yourself grace, forgiveness. We're all humans. We're not robots. We're not Jesus. Because you got more in you. Don't give up. Don't give in. Find what it is. Go spend some time if you need to. I just spent 5 days with my kiddos where I just really put my phone away. Because I was like, you know what? It was my daughter's 3rd birthday. I just invested a lot of time in them. And it filled my cup to where yesterday I was just driving and it was nice. I had the sunroof open and I was just recharged. I had done things for 5 days straight that filled my cup. And then I've been on fire today and I've set my 30, 60, 90-day goals. And even for the summer, my summer goals, so 6 months goals, 9-month, year goals. And then put in that action. And that's how you fill that tank, because before you know it, they're going to fill this lake. I'm going to hit up my buddy and say, hey, let's go out on the boat. And you got to utilize that beautiful season. Find those treasures in the moments where you're drained, those low spots, those hard spots. That's what gives you those tough shoulders, that pushes you if you allow it to. Some of the most successful people say it was when they hit rock bottom, when they took off. They got pushed to where they couldn't pay their bills. They didn't know how the next meal was coming. They had went through a divorce. They went through a bankruptcy. They went through a failure. They went through a hard, draining season that pushed them to success. I invite you to do the same thing. I hope this helped. Like, share, comment. You know the drill. So everyone can see this. It's in your group that I don't know. So all together, every single day, we're just taking another step to becoming boundless, baby. I love you all. Have a great day.